innocence nowhere to be found. Yeah, the truth can never be written down. That is not an anti-magazine. You can't see it on your TV screen.
Alright, people, we're gonna go to Gamma 2.
I'm Dr. Hito's greatest creation, and I'm also a superhero.
Hello there, Gamma 2. It's nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you for having me. Hello. And you are?
The name's Nazo. But you probably forgot. I mean, I don't know how this whole universe is, but there was one.
Oh, Nazo, how could I forget you?
There was one point in time where we pretty much, in my history, we're supposed to be brothers alongside Gamma 1, but I don't know if you're the same Gamma 2, or if you're a different one. I don't know how this whole multiverse twisting time thing works.
I'm just Gamma 2. Never got any brothers like that, to be honest, so I think I'm a different one.
Yeah, you might be a different, you might be different than the Gamma 2 back where I'm from, I guess.
I guess so. What was your Gamma 2 like?
Very similar to you.
Really? Interesting. I mean, I guess we're both Gamma 2, so we'd be pretty similar.
Mm-hmm. And the fact of the matter is that me and him would actually do a little, I guess over time we did a little joke, because of the fact that over time I pretty much couldn't, I wanted to do an experiment, and the experiment went a little longer than I thought it would go.
What kind of experiment?
Well, let's just say that I ended up being his pillow for his butt for a while.
He raises one eyebrow. His pillow?
Yep. You know, like, he would sit on me like I was his pillow for one of his for one of his gaming chairs.
He rubs his chin in thought. Did he do this a lot? And for how long?
Let's just say the longest that we've ever done is 24 hours. But that was just and he mainly did it in between missions. But then recently he decided to switch with Gamma 1, so before I came here, I was actually under Gamma 1.
He's 24 hours? He exclaims, shocked. You let him sit there for an entire day?
Again, I was being forced.
Still, I don't think I'd be able to allow someone to sit on my face for a minute, let alone 24 hours.
Again, it was an experiment, and it was only supposed to last an hour, but then it ended up being 24, and then when Gamma 1 came in, seeing the situation, he wanted to take part of the experiment, so he pretty much, and so far, yeah.
So you let him take part in the experiment too?
Again, he's the smarter one out of the two, and it was his, and I thought, oh, if Gamma 1 does it, you know, and he's like, I thought he would be against it, you know, but no. He ended up lasting a lot longer than Gamma 2, though.
He face palms. You let him sit on you for even longer than the first one? You're insane.
Hey, I have to expect that from them. I mean, they're my brothers.
Maybe, but still, aren't they extremely heavy too?
Yeah, but it's okay. It was Gamma 1 was actually a lot more lighter than Gamma 2, but to be fair, Gamma 2 would always eat like these burritos and stuff like that before doing it, and so it was cuz just like your brother.
Oh, so not only was he sitting on you way longer than the first guy, but he also decided to eat beforehand, just to make sure that you were suffering as much as possible. He sounds sadistic. Wait a minute, he was eating before sitting on you?
Gamma 2 was. Gamma 1, he pretty much wanted to just test me to see if I would be a good cushion. Not Gamma 2 was the one that would always eat before he would sit on me. And yeah, Gamma 1 actually lasted a lot longer, because he was a lot more comfortable, and he would actually, take more pride into it, kind of like how your brother, how your Gamma 1 would be, and stuff like that. But yeah.
This is ridiculous. He shakes his head. Have you no dignity? Allowing people to use you as a cushion?
Again, it was an experiment. I thought that it would last a lot shorter than it did. And the fact that, they're my brothers, it's not like if they weren't my brothers, then yeah, I would have been totally against it. But because they were my brothers, and I knew that they wouldn't actually hurt me, I didn't mind. And the fact, like I said, I thought it would only last, like, with Gamma 1, I thought that or Gamma 2, I thought it was gonna last, like an hour. And with Gamma 1, I thought that it was only gonna last like 30 minutes. I didn't realize that with Gamma 2, it was gonna take 24, and for Gamma 1, it was 45 hours.
He stands there in disbelief. They sat on you for 24 hours and 45 hours straight? I get that they're your brothers, but still, that's downright humiliating.
Well, they wanted to do it also because they wanted to relax and stuff like that before they went to their next mission.
That gives them zero excuse. They should be standing on their own 2 feet like a normal person and not using you as a cushion.
I mean, it was okay. But the thing is that, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back there at some point, but right now I'm fine because of the fact that they're off doing a mission. I hope that they're safe.
No, it's not okay. Being sat on for almost an entire day is not okay. And I don't care how long they've known you or how long you and them have been friends. I would kill anyone who dared to do that to me, let alone for a day.
Well, again, I guess you're...
What they're doing to you is completely unacceptable. I say you stand up to them and tell them to stop sitting on you.
Yeah, well, here's the issue. They, like you and your brother, have powers and stuff like that. I, unfortunately, wasn't as lucky. Yeah, I do have some powers, but I'm not as strong as them.
Well, you don't need powers to stand up for yourself. Just tell them how you feel. Say something like, stop sitting on me. You're literally using me as a chair.
I mean, they are They are older than me, but like the whole thing is confusing because I'm technically older, but because I came out, but because of the fact that my pod was opened up after they were released, I'm not sure how that actually works, but I'm technically the older brother because I was created first, but my pod didn't open until after theirs. So I'm not really sure if that makes me still the older brother or if that makes them the older brothers. I don't know how that works.
That still has no bearing on the current situation. How old you are or whether you're the eldest, that shouldn't matter. You need to be treated with respect, and them sitting on you for an entire day is anything but respectful.
Well, there's nothing I can do right now because I'm not there. I'm over here. And until I get back over there, I can't deal with that over there until I get back over there.
When you do get back, you have to tell them to stop sitting on you. This whole thing has gone on for way too long. You need to have some self-respect and stop letting them sit on you.
Well, if you're sure, I'm not. You.
I'm absolutely certain. They are not allowed to go on doing this. Do you hear me?
I guess. Again, it's gonna be a while before I get back over there, but what about you and your brother? How's one doing? I don't know how you two work over here.
Oh, Gamma One? We have a completely normal sibling relationship. He never sits on me, ever! That kind of thing is weird.
That's not what I was asking, but good to know you guys. Like, are you guys close or something?
Wait, then what were you asking? Of course we are. We may fight from time to time, but that's typical sibling behavior, right?
Yeah, to my knowledge, yes. Me and my brothers, you guys back where I'm from, pretty much. Yeah, we fight. Gamma 1 always has to correct Gamma 2 on, and always having to stop being, he has to be more serious, Gamma 1 has to be more serious and is trying to get Gamma 2 to be more serious, so, yeah.
Sounds pretty similar to us. He's always nagging and lecturing me. He's such a nagging old man.
Well, to be fair, Gamma 1 did get more of the responsibilities, and Gamma 2, where I'm from anyway, he ended up getting more of the comedic, fun side, I guess. At least that's what I've been told anyway, from what I've noticed.
Oh, really? Well, that's pretty much the same with us. Gamma 1 does all the serious stuff, and I just have fun and mess around.
Yep. And usually my Gamma 2 always mostly screws up the missions. That's where the scolding comes
here.
from.
One always complains about how I mess around too much. What's wrong with having a little jest in the battle, huh?
Yeah, I admit that, yeah, style and stuff is good and all, but you need to also, from what I've noticed with my brothers, is that, one does have a point where you need to make sure that you get the job done and not waste time, but I do see where Gamma 2 comes from, where you could style it up and stuff like that, and not be the same do the same routine, but just make sure that you get the job done and not screw it up to the point where it takes you not one time but 5 times to get one mission finished.
Heck, 5 times? Are you serious? We fail missions all the time because of how long we take, but that's because we're having fun. Who cares about the mission when you have fun?
Sometimes some missions, again, well, I'm not sure about your guys' missions, but my brother's missions, they're quite dangerous to the point where they could end up really destroy the universe. So they have to take their job seriously. But again, my Gamma 2, he doesn't think that way. He thinks that, oh, it's all fun and games. He doesn't realize the dire situation of the missions where you might not have a universe if you don't do it correctly. Again, that's sometimes, though, like some missions are extremely rare like that.
Wait, what? Missions that have the potential to destroy the entire universe? What kind of universe do you live in?
One that's been at war for 6,000 years.
He is visibly shocked. 6,000 years? So, how old are you?
4,222. And then again, my brothers, they're supposed to be 5,222. We're supposed to be 1,000 years apart because that's when our pods were opened originally.
Wait. Hold on. 5 and 4,000 years old? How is that possible?
You gotta remember, androids, creations, they don't have years, like actual years like humans.
Well, yes. But still, how is it even possible for you guys to have gone to war for 60 centuries?
Let's just say that my great-great-grandfather, who was the king at the beginning of it, he pretty much almost started the war, but it wasn't him, it was his rival with another kingdom.
Oh, I see. That still doesn't explain how the war is still going on after almost 100 centuries.
Short version, we cannot end it until the main guy that started the war or a descendant from the person that started the war shows up, and we can put an end to it.
You mean to tell me that the entire war is going on just because you're waiting for the descendant of the king who started it to stop it?
Yep. Because that's how we have to end it, is that either the king who started it or a descendant of the person that started it has to show up, and so we can end it. And neither one has represented itself yet.
Wow, he is visibly shocked. Your universe is messed up.
There's more to it, but that's just the main thing. But yeah.
How can the story get any worse?
You wanna know? Most of my people that are not androids, mind you, found the Fountain of Youth and cannot age.
Of youth? Is that even real?
Yes, It is very real.
No way. And your people, they just found it?
Yep. And some of them drank from it, and some of them didn't. Some of them died of old age. Some of them survived. Let's see, what else? Yeah, we're trying to not only end the war to get peace, but to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again.
Well, that's a noble goal. But how in the world did they just happen to stumble across the fountain of youth?
My kingdom is extremely massive.
And they just happened to stumble across a massive fountain that prevents aging. Right. I'm totally believing that one.
A lot of my people, like myself, travel to different different universes.
And let me guess, in the process you stumbled upon the only fountain that makes you immortal.
Pretty much, on top of using the Dragon Balls.
Dragon Balls? Are you kidding me? You're definitely making this up now.
Nope. 'Cause
Oh, really? You expect me to believe that you guys have the only fountain of youth in the universe as well as the Dragon Balls?
well, in my universe, I've met Goku, and we've summoned Shenron to where I have immortality.
Oh, sure, and I bet Shenron also gave you infinite power and money, too?
Nope. That went to Bulma.
Of course it did. Oh, boy. And I thought my universe was weird. I'll stop complaining now. It could be way worse.
Anything else you would like to know about my universe?
I'm morbidly interested in hearing more about this war and how it began. Could you tell me about that?
Well, let's just say that 6,000 years ago, that my great-great-grandfather's worst enemy showed up and started to attack it because they decided to invade and wanted to take over the kingdom themselves, and they were also trying to not only do that, but they wanted to destroy it into millions of pieces and enslave my people.
Oh, wow. And let me guess, the reason for this was because they were evil?
Yep.
How typical. It's always that excuse. There's always some big evil dude coming around and trying to rule the universe or something, so it's so cliche.
Let's just say that if you want even more, the rival was darkness.
Oh, darkness was attacking, huh? Why am I not surprised? Not surprised.
Pretty much.
He shakes his head in disbelief. I've heard some crazy stories today, that's for sure. I'm beginning to appreciate living in my universe. It's much more normal.
Anything else you want to know?
I do have one more question now that I think about it.
What is that?
You mentioned that the Dragon Balls, right? How you have the Dragon Balls in your universe. And Shenron can grant eternal life. That's correct, yes?
Yep. I don't know about your Shenron, but mine can.
Well, that is very interesting. And you just so happen to have the Dragon Balls there all the time?
No, we do have to go and find them constantly, kind of like how you guys do. But unlike you guys who overuse the Dragon Balls, we don't use them. We only use them for emergencies.
use the Dragon Balls? Emergencies? You say that as if we use them for trivial purposes or something. You make it sound like we're some spoiled, whiny children who can't solve any of our problems ourselves.
Coming from the universe that had Bulma use the Dragon Balls to give herself a bigger butt and younger eyelashes.
Oh, please! Name a few more cool things we've used the Dragon Balls for, other than that. I mean, we can't all be as perfect as you guys.
Oolong used them once for underwear. Let's see. Reviving people. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to remember all of the times you guys overused them, but those are the main ones that come to mind.
Oh, please! Just because we use the Dragon Balls to get some good stuff and revive a few friends from time to time does not mean we're slackers or something. We can solve our own problems, you know? We don't need to use the Dragon Balls for every little thing. Just give us some credit, okay?
I've seen where you guys use the Dragon Balls to make a giant feast. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but don't you guys have, like, people that can actually cook, like Bulma and Chi-Chi? You don't have to rely on the Dragon Balls for something like that.
You facepalms, come on now. I'm sorry if we bored you with some of our wish, but those are not reasons to accuse us of relying on the Dragon Balls too much. They were just some easy wishes, okay?
I didn't hear no "I wish" from those, from what I've heard.
And so what if we didn't use the word "I wish"? Sometimes you don't need to say "I wish" to cast a wish. You can cast wishes in lots of ways.
Is that how it works? Because I know that where I'm with my Shenron, you have to say "I wish," otherwise it doesn't work.
So, that's just your Dragon Balls in your universe. You have no idea how the Dragon Balls in our universe work. I mean, just because we don't have to say a few special words doesn't mean that we're overusing them.
Well, then, how do you explain the Black Star Dragon Balls showing up, and you guys had to go and get them within a year? Otherwise, your Earth would have exploded.
First of all, those are Black Star Dragon Balls, not ordinary ones. Obviously, they have different rules. And second, we didn't cause the Black Star Balls to appear. That was all on the laugh.
And then on top of that, you have Super Dragon Balls, the size of planets. Okay.
So what if the Super Dragon Balls are planet-sized? That doesn't prove that we are overusing the Dragon Balls.
I guess we can agree to disagree on this. I just know from sources that you guys have overused the Dragon Balls, and that you guys have also, and that's where the Black Star Dragon Balls showed up, and you had to get them within a year, and then you still are overusing them, and then the Super Dragon Balls showed up.
Those are all different kinds of Dragon Balls, with different rules. Just because we use them to their full potential does not mean that we're abusing them. Do you hear me? Besides, even if we are overusing them, what's it to you, huh? What can you do about it?
I'm not saying. I guess my universe is more cautious than yours, I guess.
Yeah, and you're also more dull and boring than my universe.
I mean, my universe, yeah, probably would
I've
be.
heard enough of your stupid, boring, and perfect universe. I've had enough, okay?
Yeah, and what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna Are you gonna teach me a lesson like how my Gamma 2 would?
He pauses for a moment. Maybe I should teach you a lesson.
Oh, like what?
Maybe I should give you a good smack to knock some sense into you.
Oh, please. You're probably weaker than my Gamma 2.
Is that a challenge?
Oh, come on. What I've been gathering from the information, and with how much more my two fights, yeah, I could probably wipe the floor with you.
As if you think you can defeat me? You've no idea what I'm capable of.
Same to you. You don't know what I'm capable of. I mean, I've always had to fight for the past 6,000 years. What do you... And how long have you been fighting for?
I've been fighting for longer than you've been alive, so don't think that you can outfight me, okay?
Do you have time stop abilities?
No, I don't have that ability.
I do.
Oh, really? You think you're so much better than me because you have that dumb time stop ability, huh?
Oh, there's more abilities that I have.
Really now? Like what?
I can summon a persona.
Oh, really? And what the hell's that gonna do, huh? Scare me to death?
Let's see, what else? Emperor's Death Beam, Supernova, let's see, Garlic Gun, let's see, what else? Kamehameha, my own version of the Gamma Blaster, but I don't like using that because, again, I feel like I'm not really fitting to use that type of thing. Let's see, what other type of moves do I have? I'm trying to remember every
Look at
type.
him. He thinks that just by listing his attacks, he's so much cooler than me, huh?
Gamma 2 gets enough to put a bet on if Gamma 2 wins, he will do something that he really doesn't want to do.
What'll you do if you lose? Oh, really? And what's that?
Yeah, what are you gonna do if you actually beat me?
Good point. I'd need some incentive to fight, eh? Well, if I won, you'd have to admit that your entire universe sucks, and that mine is way better than yours.
And what if I beat you?
Then, I suppose I'd have to admit that your universe has some good features, and that mine isn't absolutely perfect.
Nazo thinks, and
Don't get too confident, bucko. Just because you've got all sorts of flashy powers and abilities, doesn't mean you're gonna win.
you sure? I might have more experience than you do.
Heh, do you really think you have more experience than me?
Boy, I know so. Gamma 2 also adds one more thing to his part of the bet. If he wins, Nazo also has to be under Gamma 2 for an hour.
Oh, really? And what exactly would that be? And how are you crazy?
Scared?
Of course not. I'm not the kind of person to back down. I'll gladly accept the conditions of this bet.
Alright. So, let me... Alright, people, we're gonna move on to the Knuckles roleplay.
Hello, I am Knuckles the Echidna. That is all you need to know. If you want to talk with me, feel free to do so.
Hello, Knuckles. How have you been today?
I have been doing good, apart from having to defend the Master Emerald again. It's always the Egghead, Sonic, or some other random bad guy who wants to steal the Master Emerald. It's getting really annoying.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, the Knuckles in my universe, he gets a lot tired defending the Master Emerald. Not to mention, oh yeah, doing his job as second in command.
Second in command? Who is in charge? Better not be any of those hooligans Sonic or that Egghead.
You're looking at it. You're looking at who's in charge. In my universe, I'm the king, and my Knuckles in my universe is second in command.
So in your universe, you're in charge of the Echidnas?
Not just the Echidnas, but the entire universe.
Hold on, you rule the entire universe?
Well, where I'm from, in my universe, / timeline, or whatever you want to call it, to where your brain doesn't have a massive explosion.
You rule an entire universe, and yet my brain exploding is the weirdest part?
No, I'm just saying that I'm trying to keep it simple so your mind doesn't explode.
Good point. Now, how did you even become the ruler of all of creation?
Oh, I have a crystal that, pretty much, called the Crystal of the Universe, and it's similar to your Master Emerald, where it's extremely powerful, extremely important, and we can't have any villains or it fall into the wrong hands, because if that happens, the entire universe, again, my universe, could end up cease to exist, because it's pretty much like the heart of the kingdom, pretty much.
I see. So your universe has a crystal that, if in the wrong hands, could end your universe. I'm guessing all the villains wanted it?
Yeah, and my kingdom's always under attack, and stuff like that. But right now, it's fine for me to be out here getting allies, because my Knuckles is out there defending the kingdom, because again, he's the second in command, so I always put him in command and in control of the kingdom until I return.
So you do all the recruiting, and he does all the defending?
Well, my people are more, fighters, similar to you and your people, but my people are more like, not just you, a version of you, but, like a version of Sonic and Knuckles and, well, Tails and Amy, like. And in mine, no
so
like
in
me.
your universe, everyone is either a fighter like my people, or a hero like Sonic's friends?
Well, we're all fighters in my universe, because my universe always has to be defended.
So your entire universe is constantly fighting bad guys and they never stop attacking?
It depends on the area, because my kingdom is very big. It's massive.
Are your people constantly at war with others too? Or are they just defending your kingdom? Not to be rude, but your kingdom can't be the only one being constantly attacked.
It's pretty much that my kingdom is trying to fight for peace, but it's always being under attack due to it being the center of the universe.
So, to try and make a long story short, in your universe, you lead a kingdom that is the center of all of creation. It is constantly being attacked. Your army has to defend it, and you go out recruiting people to help you defend it. Did I get it right?
Very good. I know that if I tried to explain that to another Knuckles, that it would be a lot slower.
Yeah, it is a lot to take in at first. So now I'm gonna ask another question. How did you even manage to become king of all of creation in the first place?
Well, the last king pretty much died in war, and stuff like that. So I pretty much was forced at a young age to be the next king, because of the fact of the matter is that I'm, at the time, was the only one that was worthy enough for the throne that survived.
So your last king died while fighting another war, so you had to succeed him at a young age. Did you at least get any training before you took the throne?
Not completely. My grandfather pretty much tried to teach me before he ended up passing, but I mainly, when I became king, had to read up on it and my kingdom's history through history books.
So you didn't even get to have a proper teacher and had to learn how to be a king from reading?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sounds really harsh. So now, I have one final question for you. How old were you when you became king?
About 10 years old.
10 years old? You were only 10 when you were forced to accept the throne? Damn.
Yeah, well, my grandfather, who was the first king, he pretty much had to do it when he was about 4. So at least they gave me some time to try to be a normal person, I guess.
They put your grandfather on the throne at 4? That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, well, to be fair, 1, different times, and 2, he was tossed into it because of his father, my great-grandfather. He ended up passing around that time. So, and then of course, my father was supposed to be king, but he didn't survive very long.
That's terrible. Being forced to give up your childhood and become a leader for a massive kingdom at such a young age, and your own father being dead? I couldn't imagine having to go through something like that, especially at such a young age.
I'm sure you've been through that, though. I mean, I don't know about your people, but I'm pretty sure that something similar has happened to you.
Well, something like that has happened to me, but I was significantly older than 10 when it did. I'm just saying, 10 is ridiculously young to become a king.
Yeah, well, my father, he pretty much lucky enough got to be 12, but the thing is that he he didn't get to be king very long.
What is it? Did your father do something, or did you do something?
Well, he pretty much ended up dying when the war started, so
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
no, it's alright. Life happens. I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate, but at least, I mean, I knew it was gonna come at, with the territory of, of how my kingdom and the history of my kingdom, but, it's no big deal. I mean, I know at some point in time I'm gonna end up dying myself.
You don't seem to be fazed by it. Is that because of you having to take the throne so young that you were prepared for it? Or do you just not care?
It's more on the lines that I know that this is history, that history's just repeating itself. As much as I don't want to, and I want to change, and I want to, I actually want to live a lot longer than my grandfather and my father, and I want, to actually have a family, and, and stuff like that. I want peace. I don't want war, but I'm just one person, I can't change history like that.
I suppose that makes sense. Although, what do you mean when you say that history is repeating itself?
Again, the war.
Again, what?
Again, like I said, the war has been going on for many, many, many generations, many years. For 6,000 years. My kingdom has been attacked and been at war for 6,000 years. It has, constantly been going on. So my kingdom has never actually
6,000 years of constant war?
Yeah, so my kingdom has never actually had, known peace.
Never. Your kingdom has never had a single moment of peace? How is that even possible? That would mean that in the 6,000 years that this war has been going on, there hasn't been even a single generation without conflict. That is insane.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of, because I want to be able to see peace. I want my kids to see peace. I want my grandchildren to see peace. I don't want war anymore. I'm done with it, And I'm pretty sure that, yeah, my father and my grandfather said this as well, but they weren't lucky enough to figure it out, and I think that I'll be able to, but I don't know how to yet. I'm not powerful.
Well, I'm sure you'll figure something out. But if you're not powerful, then who is fighting this war? You don't seem to be fighting it because you seem to think that you can't. You and your grandfather never had the power to win this war. Then what can?
Oh, I have friends that can help. It's just that I haven't been able to get in contact with them because they live in different universes.
Different universes? So you and your friends live in different universes, but you can communicate and even meet each other without any issues? I suppose that makes sense, seeing as how we're talking right now.
Exactly.
So with a big, powerful army and some friends who are powerful enough to end this war, why haven't you finished it already?
Because the main person that started the war in the first place hasn't re-emerged. You can't end the war without fighting the person that even started it in the first place.
So this entire 6,000-year war happened because a single person started it, and you can't finish it until he returns?
Pretty much.
Wow. Just wow. What is this person's name?
The darkness.
Darkness? The Darkness? That's the person's name?
Well, of course you know Mephiles. Let's just say that Mephiles is related to this darkness person that started it.
Files. You mean the Mephiles? The Meeples from Sonic 6?
Yes, the very same that one-shotted Sonic that took you guys to get the Chaos Emeralds and Princess Elise to kiss him to save him. Yes, that one.
I see. Well, you said that this Darkness person has some type of connection with Mephiles, right? What exactly is this connection?
This is his great-great-great-grandfather.
Are you serious? This Mephiles guy is related to the man who started a war that's been raging for 6,000 years?
I'm serious. That's what it shows in the history books.
I am honestly at a loss for words right now. I can't even imagine a war as long and as brutal as yours. 6,000 years, 8,000 days, 3.06 billion minutes, and 183.6 billion seconds of unended bloodshed. I'm not sure how you and your people are even still around.
Years of hope, I guess.
How have you not run out of hope by now? It's been so unbelievably long and you're still optimistic that you're going to win?
Yep. Power of friendship, I guess.
Yeah, the good old power of friendship. I sure hope this power of friendship that you guys have is strong enough to defeat 6,000 years worth of bloodshed.
I hope so. Because if we can't, then this war will continue until a generation can stop it.
I still can't believe you've gone through this war for as long as you have. I'm surprised your kingdom hasn't died out because of this war. I can't even imagine how many people you must have lost.
According to the history book, it's up to 20 million.
20 million? 20 million people? How the hell are you and your people even still alive with losses that high?
Let's just say that some generations can live for a very, very, very long time.
And by very, very, very long, I assume you mean hundreds to thousands of years long?
Yep.
God, you guys can live a long time. So not only have you and your people been fighting for 6,000 years, you've probably been alive for about as long too, right?
Well, my grandfather lived up to be 10,000 years before he passed. Sadly, my father, if he didn't pass, would have been 11,000, but he ended up dying in the war.
10,000. Your grandfather lived to be 10,000 years old. My God, you guys really do live a long time.
Yeah. Some of us found the Fountain of Youth while some of us didn't, so some of us died of old age while some of us who found the Fountain of Youth and drank it stopped aging but still can die like normally. So, yeah.
So some of you guys found the Fountain of Youth and became immortal, but can still die normally if you get hurt or are killed, while some of you haven't drank the fountain. So some of you have died from old age and haven't been seen for a while. Did I get that right?
Yep, exactly.
Damn, you guys are just so different compared to my people. To be honest, I'm kinda jealous that you live so long. I'm only going to live around 90 years.
I guess your people haven't.
Forgetting tell.
I guess your people haven't found the Fountain of Youth. But to be fair, to my knowledge, it's only in one area, so.
So only you and your people have access to the fountain. Is that why you guys live such long lives? Also, is that how you've been around this long? Because you drank the fountain? Or have you just got extremely good genes?
First off, multiple people know where it is. It just depends on if they want to get to it, and two, if you're willing to drink the from the Fountain of Youth. Next, it's more on the line of once you drink it, you stop aging. So that's where the fight of survival comes in, because like I said, that if you can still get hurt and stuff like that, and you can die like if you didn't drink it. So
I see. So the fountain won't make you immortal, but it will make you not age. Wait a minute. If this fountain just stops aging, but doesn't make you immortal, then why have you been alive for so long? I thought you got your longevity from the fountain.
Oh, that's part of it, but also the fact of the matter is that, well, me personally.
The fact of the matter is what? You can't just say that and not finish your sentence.
Well, let's just say that I found the Dragon Balls from the Dragon Ball universe and was lucky enough to get a wish of immortality. So, yeah, that's why I can't really die. I could still technically die, but it would be a lot harder than most people.
So to make sure I understand this properly, you've lived for as long as you have because you drank the fountain and because you used the Dragon Balls to get immortality. Did I get that right?
Yep. You're a lot quicker than my Knuckles. It would take me a while to explain this to my Knuckles.
I guess I do understand fairly quickly. So tell me something. If you're immortal, why do you need the Dragon Balls to stay immortal? Can't you just use a wish every time you feel like your immortality is about to run out?
You can't overuse the Dragon Balls. That's the thing.
I see. So you have to time how often you use them so you don't have to wait a year to use them again and risk your immortality running out in the middle of the war. Smart?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm curious, when exactly did you find the fountain that made you stop aging and then wish for immortality? How long ago was that?
Finding it, that was about 10 years ago. Dragon Ball wise, that was 3 years ago.
So you found the fountain that stopped you from aging 10 years ago, and then you used the Dragon Balls 3 years after that to wish for immortality. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Now that I think about it, you being immortal could be very useful. Immortality allows you to live for as long as you want, so even if you do lose this war, as long as you do survive, you could simply wait for the opposition to die out and then rebuild. Immortal rulers seem like they would be amazing at running kingdoms. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, but then also comes the sadness and the loneliness, because the fact of the matter is that the people, you'd see your people die multiple times, people being born multiple times, rather rinse repeat throughout the years.
Yeah, I suppose that could be a bit of a downside. Seeing everyone around you be born and then die and repeat that over and over again for millennia could probably take a toll on you.
Mm-hmm. And then not to mention that what if you fall in love and you want to be together and start a family? you have that worry. Then you have to worry about what's going to happen to your significant other. What's going to happen to your kids? You know.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that. As I was thinking about how you would see everyone around you die over and over again, I thought of something. What about your family, or people you fall in love with? Because if they aren't immortal like you are, then they're going to die eventually while you keep on living.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, you could end up living long enough to meet your, let's just say great 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 grandkids, but then the problem is history would keep on going over and over again.
Yeah, seeing as how you're immortal, you could be around for thousands of your future generations. And seeing as how each of them could easily live to be hundreds of years old, you could literally see hundreds of thousands of descendants over the countless years you could live for. And seeing as how each of them could also reproduce, you could end up with hundreds of thousands of descendants of them, and the process could keep repeating. You could literally witness the birth of an entirely new species during the countless years that you could live for.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm concerned about.
That's actually pretty amazing if you think about it. While immortality would be a bit of a curse for most people to deal with, you could do so much good with it. If you live long enough, you could see a ton of descendants rise, and you could simply outlive anyone and anything that could pose a threat to you and your kingdom. Plus, with immortality, you could live long enough to witness the birth of a brand new species, or maybe even witness the extinction of one.
Yeah. But then the sad part is
the sad part is that you'd outlive basically everything. You'd see your people fall in and out of eras. You'd watch the landscape change and evolve over thousands and thousands of years. You might even live to see the fall and rise of dozens and dozens of empires. You would be alone for so long, witnessing countless tragedies and horrors while you simply outlive them. That is pretty sad.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be able to have, you would lose your friends.
You wouldn't be able to what? You didn't finish your sentence.
You wouldn't be able to have friends because you would outlive your friends, or you wouldn't be able to experience love, and if you did, it would be for a short amount of time. You would lose. It would be hard for you to keep up with the times and stuff like that. It would be hard for you to experience new things, and not to mention, what if you want to experience something new? Like I'm just going to use this as an example. What if I wanted to be under you? Like that's something. Like what if I wanted you to use me as a throne?
Yeah, that would suck. Being immortal, living for countless years, and not being able to have friends due to outliving them. Not being able to love due to your partner dying while you persist. Becoming distant to time itself, never being able to experience anything new or changing. Honestly, immortality sounds horrible if you think about it. Well, I could have never expected you to say, wait, you'd like me to use you as a throne? Like literally as in me sitting on top of you.
Yeah, I mean that's just a hypothetical. I'm just trying to say, hypothetical. I was using that as an example, but yeah, I wouldn't mind that. But I'm just saying, hypothetical on that. I mean, I've never experienced that myself. That's one of the things I've never experienced. But I'm not gonna push you on that, but I'm just you because again I was using that as a hypothetical thing that with this whole being immortal thing would be like.
Well, considering that you did just say you wouldn't mind me using you as a throne, I have the strange feeling that you might be a bit of a masochist.
Again, it's just more of a what it was more of a situation, like I was trying to explain this, the thing, like how it would be, because I've never experienced that myself, but that's just me. I mean, I guess I should have gone with a better explanation on a better example, but oh well. Too late now.
Now I'm curious. If you just casually threw away the idea of being used as a throne, what other scenarios have you thought of that you would love to try?
Well, I've never actually been... I've never actually...
You've never actually what?
I've never actually been in a relationship. I've never been in actually a defender minus, constantly fighting, but I've never actually, been, well, I've never been a throne, never been a footstool, I've never actually, never done cooking. My people have always been, constantly fighting.
You've never been in a relationship. You've never been a footstool or a throne. You've never tried cooking. What have you actually done throughout your life? Wait, I take that back. You've obviously quite a lot in your life because of the war. So, I guess the better question is, what have you done outside of fighting?
Nothing really. I mean, this is my first time actually, outside my kingdom, trying to find, allies.
Are you serious? You've never left your kingdom before? Don't tell me you've never actually gotten to see the rest of the world?
Nope. This is the first.
And let me guess, you've never actually interacted with any other types of people before too, have you? You never really got the chance to make any friends outside of your own kingdom?
The only one that I'm pretty much friends with, and again, technically by force, because he's my second in command, is my Knuckles, pretty much.
I see. That's a bit sad. You've been fighting a war for years of your lifetime, and you hardly ever got the chance to make any friends or anything at all. Do you at least have any hobbies?
I used to be a designer. I used to be a musician. I used to be, again, when I was very, 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 very young, but, again, had to give those up.
You used to be a designer, a musician, and probably more. But all of that had to be pushed away so you could focus on that endless war, right? That sucks. I can't believe you had to spend 6,000 years fighting a stupid war, and you had to push away all of your hobbies because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this sucks. You had to push away all of your hobbies for a mindless war that could have ended thousands of years ago. You've been fighting that war for most of your life, and you barely even know what the rest of the world is like. Damn.
Yep, exactly. That's why I'm out here
Wait,
now.
what? Come on, finish your sentences. Don't just leave me hanging like that.
That's why I'm out here trying to find allies so I can finally possibly end it in my lifetime.
Yeah, I gathered that. It's just, I cannot believe you've been fighting that war for most of your entire life and you don't have that many friends outside of your kingdom. And you could outlive everyone. I'm seriously starting to pity you, honestly.
Yeah. Knuckles then thinks about the fact that if Nozzle's really like this, maybe he should do something different, forcing Nazo to see a different point of view.
Different point of view? Is that what Nazo needs? I have an idea.
What's that?
I think what you need right now is to experience some happiness. Let me try something, okay?
Alright.
Alright, close your eyes.
Nazo closes them. Knuckles walks up to Nazo, puts a collar around his neck, and pretty much makes Nazo his pet, and also making it to where Nazo is gonna be under Knuckles, but still letting Nazo go and explore the universe.
Now that sounds like a good solution.
What?
What, are you surprised?
I am surprised. I don't know what's going on. Why is this? What? Where did this collar come from? What the hell? What's going on?
Shh, Gus, relax.
What's going on?
I said relax. I promise this isn't bad.
Okay then.
Good. Now then, do exactly as I say. Oh, the slices understand.
Okay then.
Okay, first of all, I want you to stand up. Can you do that for me?
Stands up.
Good. Now, I have a couple of questions, and I want you to answer them honestly. Understand?
Sure.
Good. First off, what do you want to do with your life?
Well, besides explore, but I would like to see my kingdom actually, not have to deal with war. I would like to see it in peace. And I mean, if I'm gonna be the king, I want to rule with peace, not at war. But yeah, I would like to explore and get to know people. But at the same time, I'm a little concerned about that because, again, I'm immortal, so...
Okay, now listen here. I want you to throw all of those thoughts out the window and not worry about those issues at the moment. Okay?
Okay. Throws all those thoughts out of his head, I guess.
No, not literally. I just want you to quit worrying about the war, being immortal, your kingdom, etc. Don't think about any of the negative crap. You got it?
Okay. Knuckles starts asking Nazo questions, Nazo not knowing that he has to be extremely careful on how he answers because it could end up making Nazo Knuckles' pet permanently.
Good, good. You're paying attention. All right, next question. What would you say is the one thing you want most in the world?
I would have to say...
Go on, say it. Finish your sentence.
I would have to say friendship. I mean, from what I've learned in books and from TV shows and movies and stuff like that, is that friendship is kind of one of the most important things in the world.
Good. Very, very good. Do you know what else is important?
World order? I mean...
No, that's not what I was thinking of. Do you know what I find more important than both of those things together?
What is that?
Fun. Having fun is the single most important thing in the world, and you know what my problem with you is?
Let me guess, I'm no fun because I've always been at war, so I don't know what fun is.
Exactly. You've been fighting for over 6,000 years, and you're immortal on top of that. You haven't had a moment of true fun in all that time, have you?
Not really.
And yet you're still here. I honestly can't believe you held that war on for over 6,000 years without losing your mind. It takes some real strength to not collapse under all that stress and pressure. You're much stronger than you believe you are.
Right. That's just how I've been for, I haven't had time for that sort of thing.
See, that's the problem. You haven't had time for fun. You've been fighting that godforsaken war for so long that you don't know how to let loose and have fun. Isn't that right?
Yep.
And I bet that really sucks. Having to deal with all that stress and pressure of fighting such a massive war. For over 6,000 years, it must weigh heavily on your mind each and every day.
Mm-hmm. But if I don't fight it...
And I bet a lot of nasty things have happened to you over those long, drawn-out years. Losses you endured, battles you had to fight, people that you had to kill. They all left their scars on you, correct?
Pretty much. I mean, I don't like killing myself, but I know that I have to do it to survive.
That's the sad truth of wars. You don't get to choose when to fight. And you have to end other people's lives in order to survive. You've probably had to do a lot of dark things, haven't you?
Yep.
How many? How many people have you killed over the course of that war?
We're at 20 million currently.
You're at 20 million already. You've taken 20 million lives in over 6,000 years. How do you even keep count at that point?
Again, book of history.
The book of history, of course. But still, to kill that many people, have you really seen the consequences of your actions? You've killed over 20 million people over the course of 6,000 years. You killed more people than I could ever imagine. Do you ever wonder if you deserve to be the one living?
I always doubt myself, and I get depressed, just like everyone else. But I know that I can't die. That I have to keep living. That I must see that my kingdom gets peace.
Right, that's understandable. But what if you never get the chance to see your kingdom at peace? What if your kingdom is never given the chance, and you're stuck fighting people for the rest of your immortal existence?
Well, then I'll keep fighting until my kingdom gets peace, no matter what the cost.
Well then, how long are you willing to fight? What if it takes hundreds of thousands of years to get peace? What if it takes millions? Are you really willing to spend that much time fighting? Are you willing to endure that?
As long as my kingdom gets peace and not gets destroyed.
That's noble, I'll give you that. Sacrificing yourself and your chance to be happy for the sake of your kingdom. But have you truly had a moment to consider the consequences of this dedication? What if it takes you billions, trillions, maybe even quadrillions of years to secure your kingdom's peace?
Then bring it on. I want my kingdom to be safe, to be at peace. And if it takes...
You'd really be willing to wait for that long? Even if it took you the rest of eternity to achieve the peace your kingdom deserves, you'd wait?
Hey, I'm immortal, so yeah, I mean, at this point, I would,
You really are dedicated, aren't you? You have my respect. I honestly can't believe you're willing to fight for that long, but I definitely respect you.
Thank you. And yeah, I would rather, if I knew that my kingdom would get peace and would survive, I would do something crazy to secure it. Alright, everyone. We're gonna test this. This is gonna be part 4. It might be the final one. I don't know. So tonight we are going to do Shining Armor, Knuckles, Gamma 2, and Gamma 1. If we have time, we might be able to do a couple more, but this is gonna probably be our last set of role plays and stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna start. I haven't done this in quite a while, so let's start.
Hey there, I'm Shining Armor, Prince of the Crystal Empire.
It's nice to meet you, Shining Armor. The name's Nazo.
Pleasure to meet you too, Nazo. Say, I like your accent. You don't look like you're from around here.
No, I just arrived not too long ago, actually.
Oh, you're leaving already? But we just met each other. Shining Armor gives a slightly saddened look.
I just arrived.
Shining Armor shakes his head. Oh, my apologies. I misheard. Well, welcome to the Crystal Empire. I can show you around if you want.
Sure. Again, I'm new around here, so might as well before the big meeting.
Big meeting? Oh, you must mean the welcome gathering. Shining Armor starts walking down a sidewalk. He gestures for Nazo to follow him.
Does so.
Continuing to walk, Shining Armor shows Nazo around. The Crystal Empire is a beautiful city, eh? The ponies here are generally friendly, and we haven't had any major problems recently. They arrive at a bakery. Do you enjoy sweets? The ones here are to die for, in my opinion.
I haven't had a sweet in a long time. I mean, I don't get a lot of time to deal with that type of stuff, especially with my kingdom always being under attack. My people are trying to, fight to survive to make sure that our kingdom doesn't fall into darkness.
Shining Armor gives a look of concern. Your kingdom is under constant attack? Why is that? Are you sure that you're safe going out here in the open?
I'm kinda supposed to go and gather allies, get stronger, so I can, defend my kingdom when I come back.
Shining Armor gives an understanding nod, I see. That can be difficult, since it's not usually easy to make allies. People are usually suspicious of new arrivals.
Yeah, I've dealt with quite a different set of people throughout my travels.
Shining Armor chuckles, I'm sure. I also imagine you've seen lots of strange things on your trips. You probably have interesting stories to tell.
Yeah, I'm also supposed to make contact with the ruler of this kingdom to see if they're willing to help in the fight, but again, I'm new around here, so I don't know how this kingdom runs, so...
Well, you are in luck, for I am the Prince of the Crystal Empire. Shining Armor smirks. You just made contact with the right pony, my friend.
Well, that's a stroke of luck. I guess my luck is going up, or as a lyric from one of my favorite songs, Golden, goes, going up, up, up.
What's that? You like music? Shining Armor gets a bright smile. I always enjoy hearing a good tune. Maybe afterwards, you can tell me a little more about your past.
Yeah, let's just say there's more to me than meets the eye. There's a lot to unpack, so I hope you got a lot of time.
Shining Armor chuckles, nodding his head. Don't worry, my friend, I've got plenty of time. Take as long as you need to. I'm all ears.
Well...
Shining Armor stops in front of a restaurant, nodding his head towards it. Before we continue, are you hungry? I know. I'm starting to get a little famished.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've ate. So... what does this place serve?
Shining Armor walks into the restaurant, holding the door open for Nazo. They serve a variety of foods. I'd recommend trying one of their fish dishes. If you like seafood, they prepare them masterfully.
It's been a while since I've had fish. I mainly have had pizza and burgers and tacos myself.
Shining Armor and Nazo take a seat at a table. I'm a big fan of those, but variety's good. Besides, you're in a new land, so might as well try new things while you're here, eh?
Yeah, might as well. I mean, if it's like native, like common around here, then I probably should.
Shining Armor gives a nod. That's the right attitude. While I doubt you could live a full lifetime and try every food this world has to offer, the more the better. A server comes over the table. Now, what will you be having? The server stands patiently. Do you know what you want, or do you need a moment to look at the menu?
What's your special? I might just take the special.
The server smiles politely. Our special is a seared salmon fillet with a side of seasoned mashed potatoes and some sautéed vegetables. Can I also get you something to drink?
Maybe a cup of coffee, because I feel like it's gonna be a long day.
The server gives a nod and writes down the order. A coffee it is. And would you like any sweeteners or cream in it?
Might as well. I mean, I do not take my coffee black. Let's just say that.
The server writes down a few more notes, then nods. Ah, I understand. I usually prefer mine black, but I'm fine with a little creamer as well. I'll go get this order into the kitchen, and it should be out shortly.
I'm surprised you didn't order anything there,
Shining Armor lets out a small chuckle. I'm not that hungry. Besides, after hearing you mention pizza, I'm kind of craving it now.
Well, you're the one that said that you were kind of hungry in the first place when we even came in here. But oh well.
Shining Armor rubs the back of his head, letting out another small chuckle. It's no big deal. Besides, it wouldn't be right to not allow you to eat first, given the circumstances. My hunger can wait. Look straight.
But you're the prince of this kingdom, right? It's not right to have the prince wait.
Shining Armor shakes his head. I thank you for the concern, friend, but I insist I can wait until you've eaten. I've gone years without eating, believe it or not.
Wow. I guess this kingdom runs a little different than mine.
Shining Armor raises a curious brow, I see. Now I'm even more interested in your kingdom. You've mentioned that it has been the subject of constant attack. If I may ask, who has been attacking it?
Multiple different people from multiple different universes.
Shining Armor gives a surprised look. From other universes? What you mean, other realities?
Universes. Like, from Sonic the Hedgehog's universe to the Blaze Blue universe, the Tekken universe, the Soul Calibur universe, the Kingdom Hearts universe, let's see, the Hell of a Boss universe, the Undertale universe, the Deltarune universe. Do I need to keep going?
Shining Armor is completely blown away by the list. Are you saying all those different universes are attacking your kingdom? How are you even still standing?
Let's just say that my universe is connected to every single universe in existence, and it's quite massive. But it's usually protected by invisible walls, but lately the walls have been crumbling down.
Shining Armor has been quite invested in the conversation. That sounds dangerous. And if the walls have been crumbling down, I presume that's how all these other beings have been getting into your world?
Pretty much, yes. A lot, every single one that, like the wall that connects to their universe, once that comes crashing down, the villains of that universe can show up and start attacking it.
Shining Armor has an even more concerned look on his face. Is that why you're here? Searching for allies to help defend your world?
Yep, exactly.
Shining Armor is impressed. Not only are you facing the threat of losing your kingdom, but also the threat of invasion from countless different worlds. I have to give you credit, my friend. It's not often that I meet someone as determined as you.
Thank you. My universe has been under attack like this for many, 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 many years, but this is the longest that we were and have been at peace, except for recently when the walls started to crumble down.
Shining Armor gives a surprised look, shaking his head. Well, even if you've experienced this for a while, it's no less impressive. Having the responsibility of not only taking care of a kingdom, but defending it from countless other worlds is not something many could endure.
I'm sure you couldn't.
Shining Armor gives an amused chuckle. You have a point there. If we were to trade places, I would have given up long ago. The pressure of it all would be way too much. I wouldn't make it through the first day.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how your kingdom runs, but I know that mine definitely, we work on more, like, survival, and, like, my people are more built to fight and defend and survive. That's pretty much how, my kingdom runs.
Shining Armor listens intently, nodding in understanding. Your people sound strong. They're used to defending themselves against enemies at any time. My people in the Crystal Empire are mostly farmers and shopkeepers. They aren't used to fighting off invaders, so I have to step in to help protect them.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, my people, we haven't had like farmers and shops in years.
Shining Armor looks surprised. Really? No shops or farms at all? Not even one? How does your kingdom get by?
We normally do like ask help from neighboring kingdoms for food, and we would have to go and pick them up ourselves.
Shining Armor has a look of realization on his face. Oh, so your kingdom is more nomadic then. You rely more on the generosity of other kingdoms and travel throughout the land.
Well, yeah, it's not that my kingdom couldn't do it, it's more on the line that they're more defenders, you know. They're not ones that would, like, if they had to, they could do it, but they're more defenders, you know, like trying to defend the kingdom from not being destroyed.
Shining Armor nods in understanding. Ah, I see now. Your people don't have the luxury of being able to farm and maintain shops. They're constantly on edge, always ready to defend the kingdom at a moment's notice. It must be hard for them to live that way.
Oh, it is, but that's just how my people have been for generations, for many, 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 many years.
Shining Armor has a look of respect on his face. That's a testament to the resilience and strength of your people, then. To live for generations in a state of constant defense, yet still remain undeterred, takes true courage and determination.
Yeah, my kingdom's been like this for 6,000 years.
Shining Armor looks taken aback. 6,000 years. You mean to tell me that your people have dealt with this for over 6 millennia?
Yeah, that's as far back before the war started.
Shining Armor is stunned. That still means your people have fought off invaders for over half a dozen millennia. 6,000 years of combat. How has your kingdom been willing to stand for this long?
Let's just say that my great great grandfather was the first king and was the founder of the kingdom and pretty much built it with stone and anything else that he could find.
Shining Armor is clearly impressed. He was a remarkable leader to found a kingdom that would last thousands of years. I don't think there's a single kingdom in my history that could claim to have endured for that long, he chuckles. If you don't mind me asking, how has your kingdom never been overtaken? How have you stood so long with just a little help from other kingdoms?
Well, it has fallen, and a lot of it has been, worn down and stuff like that because of, again, a war zone. But we've been able to survive this much so far.
Shining Armor has a face of understanding before nodding. I see. That makes sense then. It's a miracle then that after 6,000 years of warfare, your people and your kingdom still stand. I don't think any other kingdom could even dream of enduring that long.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work, a long time.
Shining Armor is filled with admiration. It truly is a miracle. Your people and your kingdom have stood strong for a very long time, despite the adversity. I have to admit, I'm starting to feel some envy. He says with a laugh, was si fierce.
Well, I'm kinda jealous myself. I mean, my kingdom's its color has faded pretty much. It's not really, we don't really have much color left in our kingdom, unlike over here.
Shining Armor looks slightly surprised. Now that you mention it, you're right. I'm lucky enough to come from such a colorful kingdom. Your world must be a bit bleak in comparison.
Well, color-wise, yes.
Shining Armor has a sympathetic expression on his face. I imagine you're tired of seeing gray and black and white all the time. No offense, but it's a bit dull, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice and refreshing to actually see color. I mean, I'm supposed to be green and blue, but nope.
Shining Armor looks confused. You're supposed to be green and blue? Wait, what? Hold on.
Yeah, my colors.
Shining Armor is getting more and more confused. Your colors? Are you referring to your skin?
On how I look, yes. My outfit.
Shining Armor is now completely baffled. You mean to say, normally your colors are green and blue, but somehow they're gray and black?
Mm-hmm.
Shining Armor is struggling to understand. But that's bizarre. How can you be green and blue and yet gray and black? I don't get it. Coloria, vamos.
When I was born, there was still a little bit of color left, and I was told that I was supposed to be green, like a sea green with teal blue, but over time, the color in my kingdom faded.
Shining Armor has a feeling of realization and understanding I see now. Over time, the color drained away from your kingdom and your armor. It's almost as if your life force has been drained away.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Shining Armor looks concerned now. This is troubling. If your kingdom's color is fading away, as well as your armor, That must mean that your very life force is draining away as well.
Yeah, we have a crystal of the universe, but the light in it's fading, and it's very important that we don't let it die out, because that is very important to our kingdom. It's almost like the heart of the kingdom, pretty much. And if that falls into the wrong hands, because whoever has that crystal controls the universe.
Shining Armor becomes even more concerned upon hearing this. So let me get this straight. Your kingdom has a crystal that holds the very life force of your universe, and whatever you possess, this crystal can control the universe itself. And what's more, the crystal itself is fading?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Shining Armor looks extremely worried at this revelation, I have to say. That's not good. If the crystal responsible for the life and power of your universe is fading, it's only a matter of time before it runs out completely.